Warning, your legs weaken first. Eat these 10 foods to strengthen them. As you age, your legs begin to weaken long before you might even notice it. This gradual weakening can lead to a loss of control, a loss of balance, and for far too many individuals, a devastating fall. Falls are unfortunately the most common cause of traumatic death among older adults. However, this doesn't have to be your fate. You can actually reverse this process through simple lifestyle changes. Hello, health champions. Today, we're going to talk about the top 10 foods that can help you strengthen your legs. I've realized something important. Many videos out there offer advice that's superficial, random, and often misleading. The people creating these videos don't truly understand health. They grasp at straws, talking about simple nutrient solutions. For instance, they might say sweet potatoes contain potassium, and since potassium is vital for signaling, you should eat sweet potatoes. They discuss the causes of leg weakness without grasping the underlying mechanisms. They might mention sarcopenia, a condition involving muscle loss, but they fail to explain that it's a description of a state, not a cause in itself. They also suggest that muscles need energy, and oats provide complex carbohydrates for energy, so you should eat oats. While sweet potatoes and oats aren't the worst foods to eat, especially if you can tolerate a certain amount of carbohydrates, recommending them based on isolated facts is incredibly misleading. The idea that simply eating these foods will make your legs stronger and help them recover isn't how it works. We're going to provide you with the bigger picture here. The first thing we need to understand is why leg strength is discussed so much and why weak legs become so dangerous as we age. As I mentioned, weak legs can lead to a loss of control and balance, significantly increasing your risk of falling. Falls are the leading cause of traumatic injury and death in older adults. Even a seemingly minor fall can result in a hip fracture. If you break your hip, you'll be immobilized for a period, leading to a substantial loss of mobility. And when you lose mobility, you lose a crucial aspect of what keeps you alive and thriving. The primary purpose of movement is to fuel your brain, to send signals to it. When we lose movement, we actually lose brain power. The brain begins to degenerate, much like a muscle that atrophies when placed in a cast because it's not receiving enough signals. If your brain degenerates significantly, it can lead to a loss of vitality and even death. These statistics are quite sobering. Up to 50% of individuals who fall and break their hip die within a year. Even if they survive, their quality of life is never the same, with up to 60% requiring long-term care. The good news is you can reverse this. Prevention involves two key elements: exercise and nutrition. Exercise is relatively straightforward. When you exercise, you create tiny tears in your muscle fibers. During the recovery process, your body repairs these tears, making the muscle stronger. Exercise also provides the signal and the stimulus for your body to initiate these repairs. If you're completely sedentary and some muscle fibers break down, there's no signal for your body to fully repair them, to rebuild them to their previous strength or even stronger. I'd be happy to create a video about effective leg exercises if you let me know in the comments. However, the biggest source of confusion lies around food, and that's what I want to address in this video. Food provides the building blocks for muscle repair. What is the best fuel for your body? It needs fuel, catalysts to drive reactions, and essential vitamins and minerals. Ideally, this includes quality fats for energy, a moderate amount of carbohydrates if you tolerate them well. I'm not a proponent of very high carbohydrate intake, especially if you have diabetes or carbohydrate intolerance, where a very low carb or ketogenic approach might be more beneficial. Quality protein, essential fatty acids, and a spectrum of vitamins and minerals. But even with all of this, it's still not enough. We need to consider the whole picture. Not everyone is the same. Your diet must also support your metabolic health. Whether you're diabetic or a 20-year-old athlete, the foods that are beneficial for you will differ. Furthermore, we need to address neuroinflammation. Many people who experience chronic low-grade inflammation also develop brain and nervous system inflammation. This means your signaling pathways are compromised. Therefore, your diet must support your neuromuscular connection. Without proper signals, even a steak is useless. The muscle is nothing without the right signal. This relates to the timing and balance balance needed for coordination. It's the combination of muscle and signals. If your nervous system isn't healthy, if you have a lot of neuroinflammation, your systems won't function optimally. Now, why do leg muscles typically weaken faster than other muscles in the body? In a state of complete inactivity, like a coma or prolonged bed rest, you can lose up to 50% of your muscle mass in just 30 days. A sedentary lifestyle over many years can lead to a similar, albeit slower, decline. While a coma is an extreme example of muscle breakdown, a sedentary lifestyle essentially does the same thing by not regularly stressing the body. This can lead to a significant loss of muscle strength, potentially up to 50% of quadriceps strength by the time you reach your 60s. Legs tend to weaken slightly faster because they generally have more fast-twitch muscle fibers compared to the average muscle in your body. These types of muscle fibers are more prone to atrophy and break down more quickly. Here are 10 foods that can help, presented in no particular order. 1. Eggs. You must eat the whole egg, including the yolk, to get these benefits. Whole eggs are rich in an amino acid called leucine, which is a key trigger for muscle growth via the mTOR pathway. Eggs are also a fantastic source of choline, a precursor to acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for muscle activation. They provide vitamin B12, which is crucial for nerve signaling. B12 helps maintain the myelin sheath, the protective insulation around your nerves. Eggs are also packed with essential fatty acids like EPA and DHA, vital for cell membranes, including those in your nerve and muscle cells. With the right fats and complete amino acids, eggs offer an exceptional source of support for your body. In fact, they offer one of the highest percentages of bioavailable amino acids for humans, second only to breast milk and very similar in profile. The quality of eggs matters. Pasture-raised eggs from chickens that roam freely and forage contain 2 to 7 times more of these key nutrients than conventionally raised eggs. 2. Salmon and other cold water fatty fish, like sardines and mackerel. These are incredibly rich sources of EPA and DHA, the same fatty acids we discussed with eggs, but even more concentrated. Adequate intake of these fatty acids helps the body manage inflammation, acting in an anti-inflammatory manner. They can also enhance muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Just like with eggs, the source is important. Wild-caught salmon generally has a better omega-6 to omega-3 ratio than farm-raised salmon. While farm-raised salmon still offers benefits, wild is preferable. It's important to remember that even farm-raised salmon is a better choice than highly processed foods like bread and cheese. Salmon is also an excellent source of high-quality protein and contains selenium and astaxanthin, which are antioxidants. Reducing oxidative damage to mitochondria, muscles, and nerves means less chance of breakdown. These healthy fats help reduce inflammation, support muscle mitochondria for energy production, and strengthen nerve cell membranes, ultimately promoting increased strength, balance, and energy. 3. Grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef contains creatine, a substance that acts as a phosphate carrier, helping to quickly cycle between ADP and ATP, the body's energy currency. More creatine means faster ATP cycling and better energy availability. Beef is also a rich source of highly bioavailable iron, essential for red blood cell production, which transports oxygen to your muscles. It's also loaded with vitamin B12, which aids in red blood cell maturation and nerve conduction. This combination ensures your muscles receive the oxygen and signals they need for function, growth, and repair. Grass-fed beef is also high in zinc and is a high-quality protein source for muscle rebuilding. Compared to grain-fed beef, grass-fed beef offers a significantly better profile of omega-3 fatty acids, is richer in vitamin E, and contains more beneficial antioxidants. If possible, opt for grass-fed, especially ground beef, as it's often more affordable. However, if grass-fed isn't accessible, conventional beef is still a far better choice than processed meats or sugary, fat-laden alternatives. 4. Unsweetened, full-fat yogurt. Opt for unsweetened, full-fat yogurt, ideally Greek yogurt, which is strained and has a higher protein content. Full-fat versions tend to be more satisfying and often don't require added fats for texture, unlike many fat-free options. Choosing a plain tart yogurt means the bacteria have consumed more of the milk sugar, and there are more beneficial bacteria present. If you can't find a great option, making your own is always a possibility. Yogurt supports your microbiome, leading to better nutrient absorption and reduced inflammation. A healthy gut flora helps manage inflammation, as many inflammatory issues stem from an inability to properly break down and process food due to an imbalanced microbiome. Yogurt also contains calcium, which is crucial for muscle contraction and provides high-quality animal protein. 5. Bone broth. Bone broth is rich in collagen, which supports the repair and maintenance of your joints, ligaments, and gut lining. A healthy gut reduces inflammation and improves nutrient absorption. Strong joints and ligaments are also essential for mobility and power, as pain can cause muscles to shut down defensively, leading to reduced movement. Bone broth also contains glycine, an amino acid that helps reduce chronic inflammation and promotes neurological calm. It's also abundant in glutamine, which aids in healing a leaky gut and reducing neuroinflammation, thereby supporting the gut-brain axis. 6. Non-starchy vegetables and leafy greens. You can eat large quantities of these without overwhelming your carbohydrate or blood sugar levels. They are packed with minerals like magnesium and potassium, along with B vitamins, K1, and folate. They also contain nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide, promoting vasodilation and improved blood flow. These vegetables have anti-inflammatory properties, particularly due to polyphenols. While some might consider these plant compounds toxins, they are vital for feeding your gut bacteria. A diverse range of these vegetables leads to a diverse and healthy gut microbiome, which in turn supports the gut-brain axis and reduces inflammation. They also act as essential catalysts for your mitochondria to produce energy. 7. Nuts and seeds. These are rich in minerals like magnesium and zinc. Some, like flax seeds and chia seeds, contain omega-3s, ALA. While not as potent as the EPA and DHA found in fish oil, ALA still contributes to maintaining a healthy omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. Nuts and seeds also provide vitamin E and protein. They are important for muscle contraction and relaxation, requiring a balance of sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. This balance prevents muscle cramps and is crucial for nerve transmission, tissue repair, and the production of neurotransmitters. 8. Beans and legumes, like lentils, chickpeas, and black beans. While these contain moderate carbohydrates and might not fit into extremely low-carb diets, they can be incorporated in moderation. They offer protein, potassium, vitamins, iron, and fiber, which fuels your gut bacteria. The fiber and polyphenols in legumes are unique and can diversify your gut microbiome. They also contain nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide, further supporting blood flow. 9. Berries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. These are high in fiber, nutrient-dense, and low in sugar and carbs. They contain anthocyanins, which can help reduce neurotrophic BDNF factor. BDNF is essential for brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which supports the growth of new nerves and synapses, crucial for building strength, coordination, and connecting your brain to your muscles. Berries also support the microbiome and the gut-brain axis, improve blood flow to both the brain and muscles, and help preserve fast-twitch muscle fibers. This emphasizes the brain's role in muscle strength, balance, and control. 10. Avocado. This is a near-perfect plant-based food, rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, which are neutral and can help reduce systemic inflammation by replacing more inflammatory fats. Avocados also contain minerals like potassium and vitamins B6 and E, which are essential for nerve conduction, signaling, and neurotransmitter production. These healthy fats support the nervous system's ability to send signals, which is vital for building muscle and improving overall health. Building muscle strength isn't about a single magic ingredient. It's about a comprehensive approach involving a variety of nutrient-dense foods and lifestyle choices. If you'd like to see a video on how to build strong legs, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you truly want to master your health by understanding how your body actually works, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a life-saving video.